You a do-it-yourself laundry chute that we installed in our house here where we live, and I would have done things differently. This was a long time ago before I really started getting into home improvement projects, and I would have done a few things differently that I'll show you here. But we have this cabinet that we had for years, and we decided to convert it into a towel cabinet slash laundry chute. And I'll show you what we did here. We cut a hole in the tile floor, and luckily our laundry room is just directly below this master bathroom here. And so having the laundry room directly below the master bathroom and in this corner allowed us to place a cabinet in the corner of the bathroom where there was space for it, where we needed some storage anyway. And then we were able to cut a laundry chute. And like I said, I made a few mistakes on this project. I would have done things differently. The first mistake being I would have cut out the baseboard trim here, and taking out that baseboard would have allowed me to close that little tiny gap that's there between the cabinet and the wall, make it more flush and more permanent looking. Same thing on this side. I could have cut out the baseboard and put it more flush against the wall. There is a piece of trim right there that would have caused an issue, but anyway, it made it a little more simple to use the pre-made cabinet, so I didn't have to make a cabinet from scratch, but I would have took out the baseboard and cut it right there so I could put it more flush against the wall. But now that it's over the hole, it's kind of stuck in place. So see right here we have a bunch of cabinets for storing, or shelf space for storing towels, which is nice to have in the bathroom. And then we cut a hole in the bottom of this cabinet and a hole down in the wall that goes down into the laundry room. And the tricky thing it was in this case is we wanted to angle it down in that direction so it will land in that basket down there where the laundry's piling up, you can see. And I lined it with this metal soffit, or this metal duct work sheet metal. And so it's worked well. We've loved having a laundry chute. Laundry chutes in general I think are an excellent idea. You want to make them safe so that kids won't fall into them. For a long time when we had younger children, we had a latch over this so they couldn't open this and get in there and fall down into that. Even though, you know, the shelf is pretty low to the ground and it'd be hard to crawl in there for a little baby. I guess it could be done with a little 1-year-old. They could fall into it. But now we have a 5-year-old at home and he doesn't even bother playing with it. He'll open it and yell down there and say hi to us when we're working in the laundry room. But other than that, hasn't been a hazard in our home. If you have young children at home, you want to be careful about building it so that it's not a hazard where the kids could fall into it and get hurt. You also want to be aware of fire code restrictions, and sometimes you have to install fire blocking. So when you start opening areas that go between the floor and the ceiling above, you want to block it out so fire can't spread within in the space underneath the floor. And also having a door like this is a good idea. It prevents the smell of laundry getting up here. So if you're using a lot of bleach in the laundry that you're doing, then that bleach smell can get in the floor above where the laundry chute leads to. So having a door is good because it would also help block the flow of air a little bit better. But having a door also is helpful for blocking noise and blocking smells from the laundry room. If there's the smell of laundry being done from bleach, if you're bleaching your laundry, that can be good. We have a fan down in the laundry room anyway, and it also, this vents up here into our master bathroom where we have a vent as well we could turn on if we had to. So there's some things to consider when you're doing a laundry chute, and the main thing is the location. If you're lucky enough to have a room where a laundry chute would be convenient, right directly above your laundry room, and that's the number one issue. And then in this case, we did have a great area in the corner of this master bathroom where we could put the laundry chute. It does get a little clogged sometimes because it goes down at an angle and opens up down there. And since it goes down at an angle like that, it does sometimes get clogged with laundry, but not too bad. If we're just throwing a few individual pieces of laundry in at a time, then that angle isn't too big of an issue. So that it can get clogged if we're putting an entire a large blanket down, or a lot of laundry all at once can get stuck in there, but not too bad. And having it lined with the metal is nice, but I can see pros and cons. The metal, we tried to smooth it down, but it can sometimes snag against a piece of laundry on the edges of it where it's slightly rough, so you could do a little more finished job with it. There's, like I said, this is something I did when I was first kind of experimenting with the idea of making a laundry chute. I'll show you another one that I'm doing for my parents' house where we're installing a laundry chute there, and I'll kind of show you the process of that one. So This was kind of tricky. It's probably messy under there, but you can see the metal ductwork going down underneath the cabinet, and I used some spray foam to kind of foam it in place, and we also nailed it down with some brad nails on top here inside the cabinet so it would stay in place. And then we attached it with a few sheet metal screws into where the rafters are in between the floors. So it's been very, very helpful, very nice to have. Laundry chutes are awesome. They're really helpful because just carrying the laundry back and forth if you have a laundry room that's downstairs is really helpful to have a laundry chute. I think it's well worth the effort to make one if you're lucky enough to have an area where you can make one. If you have the laundry room just right directly below a room that's convenient to make a laundry chute, then I think a laundry chute's a great idea and it's worthwhile to make one. It saves you a lot of time and effort in lugging the laundry downstairs. Another way you can achieve safety with a laundry chute is having it at least 36 inches off the ground. So you could put a laundry chute into the wall instead of into the floor. It's probably a little more tricky to put it in the wall, and it's also going to be more narrow because the laundry chute, rather than being this big wide square like I have here, would be more of a narrow rectangle where it has to go between the wall spaces. And you're also interfering with the structural integrity of the wall as well when you have to cut out the 2x4, which is the base of the wall, in order for the laundry chute to go in. So, you know, a lot of people will put laundry chutes inside the wall, and then it drops down between the walls down into the laundry room, and that can be a beneficial thing. But I like the idea of having a cabinet above better, because then you have a bigger opening, and then we can still shut the cabinet for safety reasons, and we can latch it closed if we need to. It's got a little magnet on it. You can latch it closed with a secure latch. If you have young children that would be prone to crawling into the laundry chute. But you definitely want to keep those things in mind when you're making a laundry chute, is safety for young children so they don't fall into it. And also you want to be conscientious of fire blocking. You don't want to have a laundry chute vent directly above a furnace or a hot water heater, for example. If the laundry chute is right next to or close by a hot water heater or furnace, then you could get fumes from the furnace or carbon monoxide, or you could also get fire spreading quickly if a fire starts by the furnace or hot water heater. So luckily our laundry room is in a separate room from the furnace and hot water heater, not even close at all. But it's been very convenient and very nice and helpful to have the laundry chute so that the dirty laundry can just go downstairs quickly and it doesn't accumulate in our upstairs bedrooms. And then when we do our laundry, we just carry it upstairs in our baskets. You can see right there, that's the laundry room chute that comes down, and like I said, in our case it kind of comes down at an angle, and I think the reason why we did that is because if we came down straight from where the hole was in the corner of the bathroom, then it would kind of get into this area where this access panel is right above one of the bathtubs that's in the hallway bathroom. There's an access panel right here to get underneath where the bathtub is. And so it would have kind of interfered with that, and then also the laundry would have fallen down into an area right behind where the door is. And so we wanted the laundry to collect in this large bin right here in this area, so that's why we had it slide down at an angle. So I made a little bit of a slide with some ductwork metal and then some wood trim and painted the inside wood. So right there, that white wall you see right there on the inside of the chute is just that wall is just the floor joist right there. So and it's just painted white. I'll shine my light in there. So that's just painted white floor joist. And then I also painted the plywood a little bit white with some primer. You can kind of see it's a little bit thin white paint there. But anyway, there's some metal ductwork there just so there's no open air space. You don't want open air space so that if there is a fire, you don't want the fire to spread, underneath the floor. And having a door above that can shut is helpful for preventing airflow as well. For various reasons, you want to prevent airflow so you don't get smells coming up from the laundry room, and you also want to block the airflow for potential fire hazards and also to prevent children from falling down the hole. So anyway, it's nice to put a little piece of trim around it. You can get as fancy as you want with it. Like I said, this is one of my first projects working with trim, so it's not that great looking. I've gotten better with my skills since then. So it's not an example of the best looking, but it actually is very functional, very helpful to have a place where the laundry can accumulate in a bin rather than, accumulating in our bedrooms. So it's down here in the laundry room where we want it to be. In this case, the location up in the bathroom was more important than the location in the laundry room, because we really wanted the cabinet to be far against the wall in the corner there where the laundry chute was. And so in some cases you have more flexibility as to where the location of the laundry chute is. I'm working on one at my parents' house where the location is variable. You could put it in several locations, and I'll show you that in the future video. So here's another laundry chute I'm working on for my parents, and I'm just installing some blocking. You can see the rafter right here on this side. I don't have to do any blocking there, but I am putting blocking right there. I'm working on putting some blocking there, and I got a piece of wood to put a block in there so the laundry doesn't snag on the edge, and also so there's fire blocking so that the fire wouldn't spread underneath the floor there. So that's what we're working on now. Got about a 12 by 10 inch opening. Here's the view of the laundry chute from the top. In this case, we decided to put it in that corner rather than over there. This is inside a large closet area, so the nice thing is having it inside a closet will be kind of protected so kids won't fall down. They don't have any young children anyway, so it's not really a hazard for them. But we decided to put it in the corner of the closet right here, and we're just still working on framing it in. We'll put some trim around it here, but it's always important. The hardest decision is the exact location. That's what you need to spend your time on doing, is mapping out where it needs to be, and then I'm just blocking it in there. So I was still working on putting in the fire blocking. Got just a regular 2x4, so the space here is 9 inches because these rafter joists are 9 inches. So I got 9-inch 2x6 and 9-inch 2x4, and then I'm going to put a couple 9-inch 2x6s. Just line this all with wood. I'm going to screw it in from the top and from the bottom here, so we'll get all secured in there. And then I'll screw it into this wood that's there as well. So still working on framing in the laundry chute space. And like I was saying, in this case, we could have either had the laundry chute come out right here and build like a place for the basket to go. The problem is, then you could see it from the kitchen. This is a weird house where the laundry room's right off the kitchen, and they could put a door on this to hide it, but right now there's no door. The other option was to have the laundry chute land basically on top of where the washing machine goes, or the dryer. The washing machine's over in that corner, then the dryer, so the dirty laundry chute, they're just gonna have to put a basket on top of the dryer for the laundry from the laundry chute to land on top of the dryer. And that's what my parents decided where they wanted it. It was also because it was a better location for the laundry chute up in the closet, in the corner of the closet, so they would rather have it over in this area instead of over there. So like I said, that's the trickiest part with making a laundry chute, is just finding the place where it goes the best. And luckily in this case, there's the master closet is right above where the laundry room is, so they can put one in. So laundry chutes are nice if you have a space where you can put one. Just fitting 2x4s and blocking in there to fill the space, and then we'll use some caulk and paint and make it look a little nicer. If you want to get fancy, you can sand it or get pieces that you don't have to fit together, but we're just using what I have around here to basically do it for free. It's looking good. So I've got some caulking here to help fill in any nail holes or gaps in the fire blocking. Also help reduce snagging so laundry doesn't snag on sharp edges. But it needs to be painted still, so we'll do a coat of primer paint and fill in those nail holes, but it's coming together pretty well. So good caulking around that will help so it doesn't snag, help so bugs don't get in that area, or mice, or fire blocking will be more effective because it's airtight, fill in those little gaps. We got a nice looking laundry chute now. We're just gonna do a little more putty and sanding and painting and make it look professional, but it's coming together really well. It'd be nice to have a nice laundry chute. This house still needs a lot of work, but at least I'll have a easy way to deposit dirty laundry down to the laundry room that's just right directly below the master closet, which is a great place to put a laundry chute. So now they got a dome light fixture in there, and they've got everything painted inside the laundry chute, so it's looking a lot better with the paint. Even though it's just a touch of white paint there, it looks nice. Looks like it's more built in. The blocking is covered with the white paint. The house is coming together. It's actually looking really good. They've done some really good things to this house. They've done some basic painting. They've done some staining on the doors and on the woodwork. And it's coming together. The house is looking much better than it did before. On that pipe that was there before, he hid it behind a little framing right there. That's awesome. I didn't even notice that till just now, but things are coming together. It's looking good in here. And they tore out the floor that was up here, and they've done some painting. They painted did a lot of white painting, and so here's the view from above of the laundry chute in the closet. Like I said before, there's lots of places they could have put it in that back side of the closet, but the problem is if there's a bunch of clothing hanging up there, we wouldn't have had very good access to put the dirty laundry down the chute there. So in this corner, kind of by the front of the closet, is I think a better location like they were choosing, even though it lands on top of the dryer, which isn't my favorite, but it's a better location up top here.